So in last video we were talking about this login component, and before that we have seen the create student and display student component. So up till now whatever we did, that was just a simple component or different components, and that components we have included in our app.js. Now today we'll see a login. After login, we have seen the login in last lecture, so today we'll see a menu, how you can create a simple menu. And what we are going to see in that is, okay, without login, what menu component that you want to display, and with login, what component we want to display. So according as per the login, or according to login, the component will be displayed on our screen. So for that we'll create this simple video for that. So before starting this particular thing, we need certain things, or we need to add few things in that. So this is basically a client side portion only. We don't require any server side component for this. So first we'll open this include.js. Here in this case we need to import certain things, like import, we need to include browser router. Right? So I'll include this browser router from React Router DOM. So you need to install React Router DOM also, and we did all this thing in a first lecture, first video. So now we need one wrapper for app, so that is browser router. So if you want to implement a menu, then this is required. So this is in index.js. So in index.js we need to include these two things to create or to start or initialize a menu creation. Okay, after that we'll go to the app.js. Okay, now in app.js we need, see, you can see over there are three components we have created: create student, then a display student, and login. Okay, so now we want to implement this thing into a menu. So first thing that you need to include over here is import. Two things we need to import over here. One is routes, and second one is route from say for example React Router DOM. Okay, so this is what we have included over here. Now we'll change this portion. I'll make it a little bit smaller so you can see it easily. Now here what we need to do, see for example here I will add few things. See for example, so where we are going to implement this menu, we will implement this in another component. As I told you, this React is basically a collection of components, so we are creating one component over here first. So I'll create, say for example here, the component name is header.js, or whatever name that you want to give, you can give it. Now here I will include that header also, so because we have not written anything in that, but still we will include that first, so at least you will have an idea of what we are going to do here. Header is basically for menu, so I will write down import header from, say for example, dot slash component slash header. Okay, so we have included the header also here. Now first we'll try to create our menu or routes for that. After that we'll create a menu. So in this app, so in this div rather, what I will do, just remove this, it's not required now. So in div I will first include the portion called header. Okay. So this is my first component that I'm going to include in my menu, or on my page rather. After this, just I'll remove this. Wherever it is required, we'll use this. So I'll remove this. This also I will remove. So basically these are my components, and I want to put this component somewhere. So header is my default or head portion. Now rest of the thing I will put in routes. So for that I need to include routes. In route I will add this. Inside this route I have route component and attributes of route components. First is path. For my route page, another is element, and here I want to include my route component, that's display student. So whenever my page, my site launch, at that time all the students will be displayed on my screen. Okay, after that you can write down this exact, means it will match exactly this thing, one route. Then I will write down another route, say for example, okay, then path next it, say for example add student. Students, and for that I will what we have written here is create student, right? So I will write down here this create student. Okay, so this will be something like this. Okay. Next one is for login. Say for example here I will write down login, and for login I have a component called login. So I'll just copy that component over here, and the last one that I want to display is here star. Again, for that the display. Now what do you mean by this last line? Try to understand. Star means if I write down this component localhost :3000/add student, then this component will execute. But if I write down something wrong, or I have some typo mistake or typing mistake, in that case whatever I write down, it will redirect to the display student page. So in any case you will not get any not page not found kind of error. If you write down proper name, then you will get this component. But if you have some issue or some writing problem or typing issue or typing error, in that case only display student will be displayed on your screen. So in nowhere you will get the any kind of error. Okay, so this is my basic component, you can say basic thing that I have created for my app.js file. Okay, now we'll go to the header.js, because here also we need to write down certain things, right? So in this case, say for example React component and React function component we will take, arrow function component we will take over here, and here we need to write include, because we need a navigation also, right? So we need to include a navigation. For that I will write down initially, then we'll see if at all another thing is required, then we'll include, otherwise not required. There is a nav link. One is link and one is nav link. Nav link is a newer version or newer component updated or implemented in React. So we are using link. Link is a older version. Nav link is a newer way to implement this thing. Okay. So here in this case, first we'll create a menu for this. Okay, so what I will do in this case, say for example, try to understand what I am doing here. Okay, first of all, before, see what I told you, okay, if you log into the system, then only the add student link will display in your menu, otherwise it should not display in a menu. So to perform this kind of task, one link is available in some cases in case of login, and another case it will not be there. So what I will do in that case, say for example here I will write down this. In last video only we seen the one thing, local storage, right? So local storage means that data will store in a local storage for infinite time, right? So that you can use for this thing. So I'll just write down, say for example, that auth equal to local storage dot get item, and into bracket I think the thing was variable was login. So I will just write down login over here, and here in this case, now if the auth is there, means my login is there, then I want to do certain thing. If it is not there, then I want to do some other thing. Say for example, so I will write down something like this. See, nav, inside this nav, I will use nav link. Nav link, it has a attribute called to. So to equal to slash, and for that I want to display, say for example, home. This is my first link. Okay. After that, I will write down something like this. If auth is there, sorry, if auth is there, then I want to do certain things. Auth is there, so I will write down something like this. Say for example, why I have written, because there are two nav link I want to put. So more than one nav link you want to do, then again you have to do this kind of thing. Blank starting and blank ending tag. So here I will write down nav link again to equal to, here I will write down, say for example, logout. We'll create logout later on. So logout, here I will write down logout. Okay, and here I will write down again nav link to equal to, here I will write down, say for example, add students, and here I will write down add student. Okay, so this is if this auth is there. If auth is not there, in that case I will write down, this is a ternary operator that I am using. Here I am write down, sorry, nav link to equal to, say for example, login, and here I will write down login. Okay, so this is my auth that I am using here, nav and this one. Okay. Now try to understand what we are doing here. If this auth is there, means this login component is stored in my local storage, then this auth is there. So if auth is there, then I need a login. What do you mean by this? You are already logged into this one, then only this will happen. So you can see over here, last time I think what we did here, after login, what we did, we stored this login into the local storage. Okay, so if it is there, then this will be available. So if this is available, then I need a login, sorry, logout and add student. And if this is not there, then home and login. So first time only home and login will be displayed on your screen. After that, after login, when you click on login, the login will come, and after login you will get this two. With home you will get this to add student and logout. So when you click on logout, it will be logout from the screen. So I hope this is clear in your mind, okay, what I want to do in this case. Now let's check whether it's working or not, or is there an issue in this, then only be able to identify. So home and login is there right now, right? And this email, phone, edit, data is not coming right now due to some reason. We'll see that what reason is there. Okay, so I have included two things here. One is in public index.html, I have included the bootstrap. So that is this JavaScript. It's 5.2.1. So this two things I have included. Just I'll show you this link. So you can take this from bootstrap if you want. Simply you have to go to the bootstrap side and you can fetch this value. These two things, one this thing and this one, right? So these are the two things that I have used for, I have copied from bootstrap, one thing. And another thing that I did from Manu is we are using nav and nav link, right? So I have written this CSS for this. One is nav, that background color and padding, and if it is anchor tag, then margin I have written, and if it is active, then I have written white bold, direction none, and color is this one. So this way I have created this thing. So now if you see this, you will get this thing over here. Now when I click on login, it will open a login for me. So I'll just write down, say for example, Kanak and Kanak123, and I click on login. Currently it's not working. Okay, the problem is the server is not opened right now, right? So what I will do, I will go to the MERN example server, then I will write down CMD, and I will write down code this, and I will write down here, I will write down node server.js. Okay, now our server is running. So now I'll just go to the home. You can see my records are there. Okay, close this. I'll go to the login. Okay, and here I will write down, say for example, email, when I click on login, still nothing is happening, right? So we'll check this. I will inspect this. What is the issue? Issues, nothing. So most probably what we did last time, we forget to write down the navigate, I think. Okay, so what we'll do, I'll open this server. We'll go to the login page, login.js. Okay, this is a server. Basically I need to go to the client, so I'll open this. Yeah, I'll go to the login, and okay, after login, local storage, what we need to add, that we need to find out, right? What we need to add over here is use navigate, I think, right? So what I need to do, here I will write down import, I will write down use navigate from React Router DOM. Then what I need to do, I need to create an object of that. So I will write down that navigate equal to use navigate. Okay, and after that, after this local storage, I think, yes, after the local storage, here I will write down navigate into bracket. I want to go to the slash, I think. So after this is, and here you need to write down okay, that is it, I think. Okay, so I will just write down and we'll check whether it's working or not. Okay, so I'll go to the home, go to the login. Here I will write down Vimal and Vimal123, and now you can see I'm on this page. Okay, but the problem is what, still on login my menu is not changed. So you can see here. So if I check this, say for example my local storage is set or not. So I'll go here and I will check my local storage is set. Its name, email, ID, everything is there. Okay, so now we need to check why my menu has not changed. So what we can do in that case, I'll go to the client again, I'll go to the header.js, and here the auth is written, right? So what I can do here, I'm just checking now. We need to find out the problem now, right? Okay, what problem that we are facing over here? Okay, why it is not coming, right? So what we can do here, first, what is this auth? First we check whether auth is there or not. So I will write down alert, say for example auth, in header. And let's check whether it's coming or not. So here you can see, yeah, auth is coming, everything is fine. So ID, username, auth value is there. Now you can see here this logout and this is coming, right? So this is the thing, sometimes it happens. Okay, your page will not display properly. So what you can do here, simply go to this, don't have to be alert, but simply stop this and restart this one. So that will help you to sort out this kind of problem. So we have not written logout yet, but I will just click on add student. Say for example, Amit @yahoo.com. Then phone number is, say for example, 808080 and Amit, and I'll click on submit. Okay. Still this submit is not working. It's actually working, but we have not written the navigation here. So just click on this again and you can see Amit is over here. So same thing you have to apply in this also. In you can say add a create student. Here also you need to write down and navigate here. So this also will do that. Say for example, for that what you need to add, again you need to add so create student. So here also you need to add new link over here, or use navigate rather. So I will write down import use navigate from this. Okay, fine. And at this point, I think, just a minute, after this post, that is insert, we'll add navigation over here. Okay, so for that what you need to do, so here I will write down, say for example, I will write down something like this. If if insert data, I will write down something like this. Here I will write down navigate. So we have not created the navigate icon, right? So I'll just write down this also. So first we'll stop this here, it is not required, this one. First we'll add object of this thing. So here I will write down, after this, what we can write down, const navigate equal to use navigate. Correct. So we are creating the object of that thing. You can write down, but I think in this case navigation constant is not required. I think we require let, because it's not constant, it's a variable. So here I will write down now navigate, and I want to navigate to the, after insertion I want to go to the what you can say, root directory. So now I'll save this. Let's check whether it's working or not. So add student, say for example, you can see you are at home page and the logout and login. So now still we have not created a logout portion, so need to create that logout also here. So for that what we can do, right? So navigation is done, but if I click on logout, still we have not written any logout file. So what I can do in this case, will create one component. Say for example here in this case client, and here in component I will create one file called logout.js. Right here I will write down, say for example, React functional component, correct, and here I will write down React, as well as I need use effect also, because we want to perform this thing only once, so I will write down use effect. Apart from that, import, we need navigation also, so I will write down use navigation from React router DOM. Now here I will write down something like this. First we need a navigation, so let navigation equal to use navigate. Okay, then we'll write down use effect, because we want to implement this once only. So use effect. Inside this I will call anonymous function, or arrow function rather. Here I will write down local storage dot clear. So it will remove everything. This is not advisable, but for this in understanding, always use a remove item instead of clear, but here I am just clearing everything, and I will write down navigation, or up till now we are using, I think, navigate, I think, right? So I will write down navigate for this, and here I will write down navigate, and here I will pass to this. Okay, and here you want to run this for once only, so I will just write down a blank array over here. So this will run a one. So now this is created, but now what do you need to do? You need to go to the route also. So here I will, in app.js, I will add one route for this. I'll just copy this, I'll put here I will write down logout, and here I will write down, say for example, logout. So this is ready. It has one error, so we'll check. Okay, the error, I know that we have not imported that thing here, that's why. So I will write down import logout from /component/logout. Okay, now when I save this, you will not get that error. Okay. Next thing that we want to do is go to the header.js, and here I think we have written the logout. So now I think it should work. So I'll just refresh this. Now already logged in, so I'll just click on logout. Still it's not working. Right? It's not working. So what we can do here, 3001 logout. So we'll see that what is the issue. And you can see each child is, click on the display student render method, this warning, check the render method of display student, see this is from information. There are two warnings. Okay, so now let's check this thing. Now logout page, logout.js, it should come over here, logout, use navigate, local storage dot clear. Now let's check whether my local storage is cleared or not. So go to the application, and you can see my local storage is clear. So when I refresh this now you can see this. So thing is what, okay, just restart this once when you do something, use effect or something in that case, then only this will work. So now I'll just click on login. Now it should work everything. So say for example Kanak, and I start done the password. You can see only login is still, login is coming. Now it's coming. So what I will do now, I'll just refresh everything. So I'll just close this for a minute, or what I will do, I'll come here and I'll stop this, yes, I will run this npm start. Yes, just stop this one. I'll go to the server also, not required, but just I will run this server again. Now we'll check this, it should work right now. I'll just click on logout. Still it's not going. Problem, try to understand. Problem is one important thing that we missed everywhere, I think. So what we can do in this case, uh, okay, so on login page here, after this, one thing that we missed everywhere, I think, yes, here I need to add one line, that is a boiler code which is required, then only it will replace. And here I will need to write down replace colon true. Okay, I'll copy this, navigate from here, I'll save this, I'll go to the logout also, and here also I will write down the same thing. And in create student also I'll go, and here also I will write down the same thing. Okay, now it should work, I think. So I just click on logout, okay, click on login, click on login. Okay, so now we'll try to log into the system and we'll see how menu will work. So for example, here if I write on connect, when I click on login, you can see over here sometimes your menu will not get refreshed. If I click here, then only it will refresh. So if you face such problem, say for example, in that case you can do one thing here, everywhere wherever it is required. Say for example, right now we are talking about login, so I'll just write down here navigate into bracket 0. What this will do, it will reload that page again, right? So I'll just write down in here. Okay, let me copy this. So I'll copy this into create student. Here also I will write down, and in logout also I will write down. So login, logout, and this. Okay. So now if I run this page, say for example, I'll just log out this. Okay. So now when I click on login, say for example, okay. So now here you can see now we'll have that logout page here. You can add a student if you want. Say for example, add something like this. When I click on submit, now you can see you will be on this page, home page. Now when I click on logout, you will get the login page. So this will help you to navigate, because this will refresh your page. Sometimes it's possible that this will not refresh your page, so you can write down this way and you can close this thing. So now in this video what we did, basically again I will start, say for example from index.js I've included these two things. One is for bootstrap, I've included this line, and this line you can get this value from bootstrap. Okay, then go to the app.js, sorry, not index.js. Here I've included this browser router and slash browser router, and I've included this browser router from React router DOM. Then go to the app.js. Here in auth.js, what we did, we included routes and then all the components that we have, then the header, which is your menu. Then inside a route, we have a route. We have a routes, and inside routes we have a route, and that path and element, the component that we have written this way. And last one is star means what, as I told you, if your path is wrong or your some misplay, your spelling is wrong or something wrong you have written, in that case it will display display student component. Okay, now in header.js what we did, navigation link, we use that local with get item to get the value of authorization if login is there or not. If login is there, then we want to display logout and student. If login is not there, then simply login and home. So if you are not logged in, then those two things will come, home and login. And if you are logged in, then home, then logout and add student. And that way in logout.js what we have written, we have used the navigation, then use effect, we'll also create, and then we navigate to this root page, and then navigation 0 means it will refresh the page. So this way the whole thing will